So there's been quite a few new tech products coming out on the market, and there's one area in tech where I usually just ignore. It's not my type of tech products, but recently I just discovered a company made a new product in their line of technology gadgets. What am I talking about? Well, I'm actually talking about drones. I'm not really a person that's too big into drones and really cares about RC stuff and things like that. They're more of a hobby thing and I just don't really care about them. But recently I had a chance to watch some DJI Spark footage from some other YouTubers and looking up stuff on the internet. And let me tell you, that drone looks flat out fantastic. Now, it's not currently out on the market yet. They're actually taking pre-orders for it now. I think they said you can get it by June 15th if you pre-order now because they're only making a limited amount of them until they actually fully become released to the public. And that's really got me thinking about picking up a drone. Drones are becoming so cheap and so much better than they were 3, 4, 5 years ago. I mean, yes, you could have bought them years ago, but let's be honest, they weren't good and you had to pay a lot of money to get a high quality drone. Not to say that some of these aren't still expensive. Yes, they're still expensive, but they're a lot cheaper than what they used to be. The DJI Spark mini drone that's coming out on the market is going to set you back $500. Yes, $500 is a lot, but for what you're paying for, there's some really good features in the DJI Spark drone. It's really impressed me, honestly. It has some motion controls where you can fully control it with your hand. And that's pretty fantastic for a drone that's only $500. That's pretty flat out fantastic. And then it does have a camera on it, which is 1080p. I don't know all the speculations on it, but it looks like a flat out fantastic drone. And it's also one of the smallest drones on the market. People used to say that DJI Mavic Pro used to be the best one on the market, or the smallest one on the market for a pro level drone, but now that one looks like it may beat that one in terms of like the smallest compact drone with a lot of features. It really does have a lot going it for $500. Honestly, I'm very excited. I may actually end up picking one up. It won't be anytime soon, but I'm definitely thinking about picking one up in the near future. Also, I'm no stranger to drones as well. I do actually own a drone myself. Now, the drone I own is from a company called WonderTech. It's one of those off-brand knockoffs, and this one only cost me around $70, $80. Can't remember. I bought it like a year ago. I'm going to show it to you on camera. Here it is right here. I don't really like this one. This one's not amazing, actually. It doesn't... The problem with this one is when it gets windy outside, it's not good. This thing is made out of roughly plastic. I don't know what the other drones are made of, but a lot of the drones can withstand at least 20 to 30 miles per hour wind, and this one is just hard to fly, at least in my opinion, because I'm not a drone fanatic or I know a lot about drones, but this one is just very hard to fly overall. I didn't like it. It's just cheap and plasticky. And one thing I would actually get for me, I'm not recommending it, but looking at footage, I would actually recommend getting a drone that actually has your smartphone being the actual camera lens. Like you can control you can control the drone with your camera. Like the camera is actually the lens. So when the drone's far away, you can't control it on your smartphone. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Just because due to the fact that it may be far away and you may want to control it. That's one thing this WonderTech doesn't have for $80. You can't control it with your smartphone, or you can't see where it is in the sky with the smartphone. You can't look out of the camera. You can't look out of the drone's camera for to see where you're at. You have to look at it in the sky, which is kind of a bad idea because it's nah. And one features I love about the drones coming out nowadays, the drones nowadays are not like 100% foolproof, but they have a lot of features going for them that kind of makes it good for beginners. For instance, a lot of the ones, especially even the DJI Spark that just came out on the market or is getting ready to be released on the market. It has features like it can come back to your hand. It knows where it's at in the world, and you press the button on your controller and it'll know where you're at and land, come back to you if you get lost, if you're scared and everything like that, and it'll even track you. That is amazing. I know maybe you've already used drones so you don't think it's flat out amazing and things like that, but that is just flat out fantastic. We have all these new features, and also we have detection too, so when it gets close to like an object, it won't hit the object and crash itself. Drones are becoming so much better than they were a couple of years ago. Also, it looks like drones are also becoming more mainstream. They're coming to the masses, they're coming to the average Joe, and they're just so easy and so getting so cheap nowadays that they're so accessible to most people who, even if $500 seems like a lot, it's really not a lot considering all the electronics on board. Flight times are still what you're gonna expect. I heard about 20 some minutes, or about 20 minutes depending on how you fly, and that's what I heard with the DJI Spark. I keep trying to like butcher their name, but there's DJI, and yeah, I'm on the fence about picking one up. Also, there's one on the market called the DJI Phantom 3. It's been out on the market for a while now too, and it's at around the $500 price point too. But I'm really intrigued with the DJI Spark that just came out. It's just very compact. It looks very easy to fly. It actually goes about 30 or 40 miles per hour. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure about the speculations on that drone, but I absolutely love that drone for a small drone. Honestly, I've also, in the past too, this is my first experience looking at top-end drones. I actually looked at the DJI Mavic Pro, and I think that one's fantastic, but then again, you're paying upwards of $1,000, and that's very expensive for a drone. Also, when I do pick up a drone, I think I can take some good footage for my channel here. I would love to do some footage with the channel. The one thing you won't get with the Mavic Pro is, not Mavic Pro, the one thing you won't get with the Spark is the fact you won't get 4K footage as far as I heard, but 1080p is still going to be significantly fine, especially if you get a really high quality 1080p camera and sensor. You can't just say, well, 1080p is outdated because 4K is a thing. If you get a really good camera that will produce colors and make it 1080p is still flat out fantastic. Actually, it's enough. It's just the fact that most of us in society are spoiled by the fact that 4K is here and everyone has to have 4K. But for me, 1080p is great as long as it looks flat out fantastic and it'll blow you away. That's something too. I can't wait to actually pick mine up. I'm kind of on the fence too because I'm not sure how hard they are to fly and things like that. Just because I've had a bad experience with this. But to be fair, I can't really judge off the WonderTech. I can't say, well, drones are bad because the WonderTech sucks at flying and it's hard to maneuver. No, I can't say that because I never really bought a really good drone. The drone that I have, and this is the only drone I've ever owned in my life, is the WonderTech. Speaking of other RC stuff, I have in the future, I mean in the past, what am I saying the future? In the past, I have actually owned a helicopter. It was called like the Dragonfly. I had it as a kid, and I actually learned how to fly that pretty well, but one day as a kid, me being a kid, I didn't know anything, and I flew it too high in the sky, and I actually crashed it. And I still have a feeling that somewhere in this world, it's in someone's backyard, or it's in a lake. It's still sitting at the bottom of a lake. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure if someone probably found it and picked it up. Maybe, but maybe it could still be sitting out there. But it's too late by now. But yeah, drones are just becoming a mainstream thing, and I'm very excited to pick my first one up. I'm definitely probably going to pick my first one up yet. It won't be soon or anything like that, but I'm thinking about getting my first drone. And my first drone, I'm really close to picking up the Spark. The Spark looks like it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun to actually fly the Spark. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars. Sure, you're getting better features, but like I said, drones are becoming cheaper and they're becoming better at the price points they're getting. $500, you can get a lot. Don't just assume $500 is like an iPad price, or an iPad Pro price, or an iPad 9.7 Pro price to be specific. You can still get a very good drone at $500, specifically the DJI Spark. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.